All right. Hey, box of paint. Hi. Let me know if you can hear and see everything. Hope it's been a good weekend so far. Yeah, it's been fine. I hope yours has been good too. Sound and visuals are good on this end. Awesome. So we had to sort out food order because it's a big party night. Oh, you guys are keeping up with it. Hey Megan, hi. Hello, hello. What pen is it today? That's a good old platinum carbon pen that I learned recently. They discontinued this specific model, and I'm so annoyed by that. They had something really good going with this pen. Really, no reason at all to modify it or to discontinue it. Like it's just annoying. It brings this idea of like things becoming precious because you don't know if you'll be able to get like, oh well, now this $10 pen is a precious pen because you can't find it anymore, and I hate that. It's like, oh, when it's gonna be like worn out, I'm not gonna be able to find another one. Oh, it's just so annoying. We emptied and scrubbed the outside tank, and even when we got to the very bottom, it looked like no fish made it through the winter. Little chicky buggers were all hiding in a corner. There were 9 fish. Oh, it's not a fun prank, fish. I've been super stressed about it since the Heron. Then a heat meant crazy algae bloom. Now it's beautiful again. Genuinely, the fish seem super happy. Oh, that's good. This pen feels good, thin and scribbly. Yep, it's also it uses cartridges and it's the platinum carbon ink in the cartridges, so it's fully waterproof. Euh, Hold on. Yep. C'est pour ça que j'ai mis un ciseau sur le. Ouais, tu trimes où ça s'attache ensemble, puis tu le suspends. Merci. Also, another good thing about this pen is that uh, it doesn't clog easily, even if you don't use it for a really long time. Hey, hello, Mikey. Bro also had a munch on the hydrangea and caused me a mild panic, but it's fine. Is it problematic for cats? Oh my god, guys! I set up a teeny tiny box for Shiro outside, and I just saw her settle in it because she likes to be outside, but she doesn't like to be in the sun, which, clever cat. But the way we're set up, like at this time of the day, the sun fully hits her favorite spot. So I put a, a little box out for her, and she's in it, and it's so cute. Oh, she's such a precious kitty. Oh, just the cutest. Will there be any cattails in this illustration? Oh, I should put some cattails. Good idea. Apparently, the whole plant is toxic for them and make them drool and have tummy problem is fine. Guillaume, check dans la boîte. T'as vu-tu? Elle est tellement cute! Petite pète. Faut que je la vois. Mieux. Faut que tu rentres ton oreille, petit pou. Faut pogner un coup de soleil sur le bout de l'oreille. She's so cute. There's a teeny tiny bit of ear that's catching in the sun, so I hope she'll, or that it will stay changing, but she won't catch a sunburn on the ear tip. Oh my god, tellement cute. We've had one hydrangea out in the back for a month, and he never went near it. Today we potted the ones at the front and guess they look tasty. What color are they? Like the general, all the colors of hydrangea I've seen were so pretty. Oh, that's such a lovely thing, Mikey. Very nice of your friend to do that. I've got two blues and a purple. Oh, that's such pretty colors. But they didn't bloom last year. Oh no. So hoping the weird water has done some magic. Yeah, I hope so too. Ah, that's a bummer though, because you really want those to bloom. Like, the flowers are amazing. And so my friend also takes me to the Great Wall sometimes. Ooh. If you put the bag around the flower head, you can catch the seeds as the flowers die away. Oh. Do you know if they're easy to, are they easy to grow from seed? We managed to find a variety of white lavender. Ooh. So pretty in between all the deeper. Yeah, I've never seen white lavender, I think. What's white? Is it the flower or is it the like the plant itself that's a lighter color? It's soon gonna be lilac time for us. Well, they're a bush plant, so it may take some time to have something grown from seed big enough to bloom. Yeah, yeah, but still, I mean, like some plants they grow from bulbs, some plants they grow from, seeds or whatever. So I'm just not familiar enough with hydrangea to know what kind of growth, what type, how they grow, what they come from. Oh, Otto! Hey! It's the kind of lavender that has the frilly tops and looks exactly like the blue purple variety, just very white. Ooh, that's gotta be lovely. Come, the sound is different. Is it different? Hold on. Let me try something. OBS. Hi, Cyan. That's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. How's this? Stupid thing. I've been drawing Levi and trying to master Merle pattern. Ooh, good luck. That's a bit like trying to master a tortoiseshell pattern. It's not the easiest. Posted a photo of the lavender on Discord. Oh, I can check. Hahaha. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. Oh, that's such a pretty variety. It's it still smells good. Can you do like what you do with regular lavender and like cut some of the flowers and have them dry up and then they smell for a bit? Well, they smell good for a bit. Like, can you dry it out and have it in potpourri and whatnot? I hope that I let me know if the audio is better. I got a similar issue on one of my recorded videos not long ago, and it just I'm not sure what happened and what caused it, but it was annoying. It still sounds weird. I was sorting out the laundry and I hit my hand on the machine and it like took off some skin. The ones that are planted with are happy to be dried and smell nice. If I can keep Emmy from... What does she do to them? Hold on, let me try. Okay, don't look at the camera for a moment if you are like sensitive to movement and stuff. I'm gonna try something. All right, how's this? If it's better, I'm really gonna be pissed. No way! No way! Blah, blah, blah. Hold on, let me sort out the cable and then attach the camera properly. I freaking hate this. I'm like recording with my phone. And depending on what side my phone... No, there's no... Like, my phone holder just grabs the phone by the sides. So it should not be covering the microphone, but I think this way I speak more directly into it. So it might sound better. Oh, that's such a stupid freaking tech issue. So yeah, I kind of have the... There you go. That's so silly. Well done for figuring it out. I wouldn't have thought of doing... Well, I noticed that when I was recording the other day. I think I kind of commented to myself. I was like, oh, the phone is the other way around because of the way I was set up. And I was like, I'm sure it's going to be fine anyway. And then when I was editing, I was like, wait. The only difference is the angle of the phone and the sound is really not that good. So, first of all, why? And second of all, arg. So I still gotta figure it out. The sound is the thing that I find the most difficult to figure out for various reasons. I don't really have the ear for it. I don't have any training in it. And my hearing is not 100%. So sometimes it's really hard to figure out that something is wrong with the sound if I don't have like an histogram or something that I can refer to that will show me visually that something is off. If that makes sense. Picked up a paintbrush for the first time since getting the nursery now. Aw, that's really cute. That's lovely. Merci. nice to do something creative. Well, you are doing something creative, just very long-term creative. 9 months of creation. Did anyone manage to see the aurora? No, I found out this morning that there was one. I don't know at what time it would have been visible. Maybe it will be out tonight. Was it supposed to last for more than one day? Well, one night. I absolutely hate this kind of bridge, personally. Oh my gosh. I really like the inking lines though. Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, this kind of bridge always gives me the creeps when I'm having to walk over it. I always try to go super fast. Oh, I'm getting fish for the pond tomorrow finally. I hope they live. I hope so too. What kind of fish are you getting? Goldfish, they are easy to look after and are pretty hardy. Yeah, and they thrive really well in ponds. Like, they get really big. Must have been quite a sight to turn around and look at the pond and see a heron in it. The two OGs are still smaller than palm-sized, but the babies catch up to them quickly. I think they grow as much as their space will allow, so perhaps smaller than palm-sized is what they're like, what they perceive as the maximum size for the pond. Does that make sense? It kind of makes sense in a way that if the pond, like, if you don't supply additional feeding and they feed naturally from what's in the pond, well, they're gonna naturally grow until they reach like the equilibrium of things. Does that make sense? I think that they like to be all similar size, so they catch up to each other and even it out. Koi would be nice, but they don't have poop and eat a lot. Well, I mean, koi, it's kind of like goldfish, but bigger. We had two small ones that are still black and just starting to pick up some colors on the tummies. Ooh! They're basically calico fishes. like quarter size, 50 pence size little guy. Oh, but that's tiny. That's teeny tiny babies. I have to check if Shiro is still in the box. She is. Yucky eraser bits. This is why I have the good old brush thingy made especially for removing eraser bits. This is really like you buy it once and you use it forever. We have heron netting now. I was watching a YouTube channel some time ago, and it was based in the UK, and the dude and his rescue, they were often having to free birds from all kinds of netting. And I remember being surprised because around here I've never seen netting on anything. And it seems like it's a very common thing in the UK. But yeah, like birds caught in the netting, like they dive in to grab something and they get caught. And also small mammals would get trapped in it. And I just remember thinking like, but why is there netting in the first place? It's really not something that you see a lot around here, if at all. I need to get something so anything that falls in the pond can get out. We needed like maybe 2 square meters. And put some rock and plants that hang over in case we have any froggy visitor. I think it's either you get something that you put in the pond so that if animals fall into it, they can get out, or you put a predator in the pond that will eat whatever falls into it. You know, some alligator, piranhas. Oh, why is good? Oh, why? Let's get a gator. Yeah, exactly. That will keep the herons out. That will keep everything out. Or everything in forever. Depending on how you want to see it. So do you guys have any sorts of weekend plans? Are things coming up in the coming weeks? I don't really have anything planned. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I'm glad you liked the illustrations. I've been trying really hard to, you know, do some progress in the sketchbook so that I can eventually film a tour, because this is another one of these. I've reviewed these, I think, once, but I still have this one, and I think I have another spare. And I kind of want to go through them so that I can try something different. Children's book win. I did try to scan all of the illustrations I had of the... Hold on, I need some water. I have this huge bottle. Alright, that's a bit better. But yeah, I think I did it. I did scan all of the illustrations of the adventure cat that I had, and they didn't came out, like, they didn't scan very well. And it was kind of annoying to try to adjust, because even if most of the images are fully flat, the scanner made some areas blurry, and I don't know why, and I don't really know how to fix it. Warning, the stream is slow, but I think that's on YouTube's side. No, thank you for letting me know, Otto. I think that's something going on with YouTube. I'm in the hospital again. Oh, so I'll just spend time with my mom here. Did they tell you when you'll be able to go home, Mikey? There's someone outside annoyingly listening to music. Just like, shut up! Happy birthday, anyways. Yeah, that's a happy birthday anyways, Mikey. Might not be ideal, but I hope they can sneak you in some bit of cake or something. If you can have that kind of stuff, of course. Hubby's watching Doctor Who and it's a musical episode and my brain just won't allow the two things to exist in the same space. Ugh. I can't do musicals. You guys know that. Why do TV shows feel they need to make a musical? A very valid question. I was about to say, you know, a TV show has extended its stay if they gotten to a point where they put in a musical episode. I'm trying very hard to think of one that I might have seen that I was like, oh, that one's, you know, it's tolerable. I can't think of one. Oh, I know one that I was able to kind of tolerate, and it's it was in Clone High, which is a somewhat old animated TV show from the 90s. The Star Trek Strange. I think I saw that one. It's just like even the ones that are kind of okay, they would be so much better if they weren't singing. Just don't sing. Why are you singing? Shut up. Stop. But yeah, I think the Clone High one had a couple of interesting guest stars for that episode. They had Jack Black and Marilyn Manson, I think. Which, you know, if I'm to have to go through a musical episode, I'd rather it be in an animated show, so it's about 22 minutes, and also it featuring weird guest stars like Marilyn Manson. I've come to the conclusion that they just want to stretch their acting, singing chops. It's a trope at this point. They always try to sneak one in, and you're like, no, no, don't. Stop singing. Alright, well, I get this to dry. Back to Pain says, like when we watch Schmigadoon, I was expecting a musical and I really enjoyed it. But if I want unexpected random stuff, I'll watch David Lynch. Yep, sounds about right. It's Eurovision time. Oh, good luck. See, speaking of musical, I can't get into Eurovision. Like, excellent memes come out of Eurovision, but to watch the whole show... Got our glow sticks ready. Wow. My plaster looks like a waffle. It does. It does. It's still the same box of 500 plasters that I mentioned in the last stream. These are a blessing. I enjoy how camp it is, but it is so long. My first year here, friends said it would be 4 or 5. So it's like a TV show. It's episodes. How does it even work out? I struggle to stay seated for like an hour. I don't know how people do 4 to 5 hours. Unless they can get up and run around and fidget. I'm thinking that the fantasy cat should get a companion or familiar that is basically a giant cat. Like a giant shiro. That would be amazing. Totally see that. It's just one evening. But yeah, if it's the final, are there like episodes leading up to it? There are breaks between acts so you can get drinks, snacks, and comfort break. Oh my gosh. Wow. I appreciate that it's an event of sort, but whoa. Though, I mean, I guess some people like to watch that. I like to suffer through political debates between American wannabe presidents. To each their own, I guess. I've been to a few Eurovision parties. So Julie, I don't even know what a Eurovision. Yeah, same. I've never really made any kind of party for watching something on TV. Have fun, Salome. I hope you enjoyed the show. I guess. It kind of makes me think of when people will do things like say, "Oh, let's do a Star Wars marathon," and you get together with a bunch of friends with snacks, and you watch like uh, episode 4, 5, 6 all at once. There's a bit of a delay between the chat and what you guys get to see. So I hope it picks up. Oh no, my iPad just decided to pause my video. Thank you, iPad. keep seeing that message that my plaster looks like a waffle, and I kind of want to eat waffles now.
Sécheuse ou pas? Sécheuse ou pas?
Sécheuse comme on fait d'habitude avec le truc à délicat.
Ouais.
I might make it a short stream today too, since a lot of people seems to be busy with the the Eurovision show and all of that. Just let me know. I'm still here, not watching Eurovision. Too flashy. Oh yeah, it's definitely flashy. We had delivery and mums arrived. Oh, what did you get? Food. There's the place we get our groceries from. I mentioned it a couple of times, but it's kind of a collective of local businesses and farms and whatnot. And one of the things we can get when it's in season, Otto, I can't stop you. If there is one word that is like magic, it's donuts. I can't stop you. But yeah, when it's the season for it, they kind of keep all the trims and the weird bits of the salami they make, like the cured meats, you know, the dry meats that they make, and they chop it up and they sell it like as little chunks of of saucisson, which is amazing. It's like the best thing. You get all the flavor and the taste and the deliciousness of cured meats, but at a fraction of the price, because it's the trims and the the ends of the stuff. It's just so good. I'm always so happy when that rolls around and I buy a lot of it and I stuff my freezer. We are being naughty tonight and got pizza and brownie. Oh, that sounds amazing. Good choice, good choice. I was also thinking to get some donuts, but it is late here. So, like I said, if you guys had said anything but donuts, like, oh, I'm thinking of getting some cookies or a pie or whatnot, I'd be like, eh. But donuts are amazing. Oh, that sounds lovely, Mikey. Happy got jackfruit pepperoni and I got feta, black olives, and chiles. Is it like jackfruit pepperoni together, like they make a mock pepperoni with jackfruit, or are those two separate toppings? I've recently discovered that Pretz white chocolate and raspberry cookie. Ooh. One American thing I miss is being able to go get fresh donuts at the crack of dawn. Oh man. Krispy Kreme. If they got the sign lit up, you get free donut. Donuts. Pepperoni made from jackfruit. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I only really like cake donuts. What is that? It's really nice and not as evil in a tummy. Yeah, but pepperoni is so good. Okay, I grew up with my mom was always like, my parents were the ones ordering the food, and by my parents I mean my mom was the one ordering the food. And we would always get pizzas all dressed without pepperoni. So I grew up not eating pepperoni and with the idea in my head that pepperoni is bad. But eventually I tried it out when I was on my own and I was like, oh, I've really been missing out. I know it's not the best thing for you, it's not super healthy. But yeah, I when we order pizza, I get no cheese but pepperoni. And it's just so good. Especially on top of a pizza, it's all like crispy and delicious. I think I will get bagel and donut for breakfast. Ooh, that's a good idea. Same shape, different taste. What are cake donuts? What's a cake donut? Oh man, I'm gonna be dreaming of donuts. Donuts, 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 donuts. Okay, let's take a vote. Ring donuts or filled donuts? It's a trick question. If I didn't have any food restriction, my take would be a donut is a donut. I'll eat anything you put in front of me that's a donut. No questions asked. It's kind of hard to find filled donuts that are not filled with like some sort of dairy product. So I often go for ring donuts because of that. And I kind of feel like donut describes the ring ones because that's. But yeah, they are more like cake and dense rather than the light fluffy ones. However, they can also be light and fluffy. But that's not a donut. Is it deep fried? If it's not deep fried, you don't have the right to call it a donut. And the sugar preserves the cake for at least 48 hours. I usually go for ring donuts. What about you, Otto? When you go to the fair or amusement park here, you get these little tiny freshly made cake donuts that would make the gods weep with joy. I'm very dubious about that. They are definitely different. Okay, at least there's that. I'm trying to think. I've had donuts from Dunkin' Donuts, from local bakeries, and I've never really noticed a difference. Like, I couldn't say if some were cake donuts and some were not. Cake donuts are very plain and they have no glaze, so... No! I'm gonna fight you guys on this. Ah, man, a good fluffy donut with maple glaze is chef's kiss. Oh, dude. They're tiny cake-like and coated. Oh, no. 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 Oh, man. I mean, all donuts are amazing. That's a given, regardless of the type of donut. But I think I'm team like fluffy donut with the icing on top. You know, like the good old Homer Simpson type of donut. Kind of has this texture on the side that where the dough was cut, and then you have like the glaze on top. And if it's maple, well, it's just maple. But if it's the Homer Simpson, it's pink with sprinkles. Yeah, donut. I'll have to Google that. Let's see if I can perhaps get something. Cake donuts. Versus regular donuts. What's the difference? Cake donut. Texture is dense. Yeast raised donut. Fluffy open texture. I mean, they both look good. I don't think you can go wrong with a donut, really. I'm getting hungry. I want some donuts now. This is backfiring. No. By the way, the Fairground one box is talking about is not cake donuts. It's just normal fluffy ring donuts that are freshly deep fried and then dusted in cinnamon sugar. That sounds amazing. Dunkin' Donuts is consolidated now and has one place that makes the donut and then they distribute them to the other place. Yeah, that's annoying. Ugh. I've fully accepted that Dunkin' Donuts is a good memory of my youth and not something to be enjoyed now. Also, I remember going to Dunkin' Donuts and getting a small chocolate cake with chocolate sprinkles on the side, and it had these weird little red jelly like dots on it. But I'm not sure if I made that up or if I remember it right. People who say the UK has boring food haven't looked hard enough. I mean, the tropey food from the UK is the boring stuff, but I think it's just like anywhere else. If you look at poutine is kind of boring, isn't it? And kind of gross in concept. But that doesn't necessarily make it bad. But yeah, I remember like getting these little square cakes that were like covered in chocolate sprinkles on the side, like covered. And then they had like chocolate icing on the top. And on top of the chocolate, there were no sprinkles, it was icing, but you also had like weird little gloops of cherry jelly. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I don't think I've seen these in like forever. More fond memories. Yes, there is no salt in the mashed potatoes, but there are treasures. No salt in the mashed potato. Well, I mean, if you really need salt, you can always add it in, I guess, but I put salt in mine. I just don't bother with mashed potatoes. If I'm gonna boil potato, we're gonna eat boiled potato as is. Why mash them? It's the same thing. Feels like a dream, but we found Viennetta in miniature form on a popsicle stick, and they were glorious. Ooh. Viennetta, that's the like the ice cream kind of cake that's separated with very thin layers of chocolate, right? Oh, those are fun memories. Delicious ones too. Regardless of where you are and what type, don't know. They're freaking delicious. What, the potatoes or the Viennettas? It's like shaped ice cream with tons of thin little chocolate layers. Yeah, the ones that I remember getting, you would get them in the frozen aisle, and it would be like layers of gelato, like kind of in the sort of wavy pattern. hold on, let me try this again. A bit like, you know, like a layer like that, and then you would have chocolate. And then another layer of ice cream and chocolate, and ice cream and chocolate, and ice cream, and then sprinkles. And the same thing the other way. And sometimes it would be like some layers of ice cream would be like vanilla, some would be coffee, some would be caramel, some would be chocolate, I guess. And someone is vacuuming. I forget that my hand is in the way when I doodle stuff up. But yeah, like you cut a slice and you eat it, and then you fight with yourself really, really, really long to not get a second slice, and just eat the whole thing. I remember when I was much younger, there was a summer treat that I only saw for a couple of summers, but it was basically like a chocolate bar, you know, like covered in chocolate with like almonds and caramel and whatnot, but inside it was just ice cream. No cookies, no, you know, no filler, just a bar of ice cream covered in chocolate. And I remember those being particularly amazing. A bit like if you took a Haagen-Dazs but didn't bother with the nasty wooden stick. No slices, you just get a spoon and slap your hub. Yeah, basically. Basically. But yeah, those things were amazing. And I don't think I've seen anything similar since, unless it's on a stick. But the thing is those on a stick are usually very delicious until you get to the parts that kind of were on the stick and they taste like the stick sometimes, and it's just kind of gross. What would you do for a Klondike bar? Take out the second mortgage. I'm guessing you don't get those. Oops. Oh, that reminds me. I explored the you know, the more multicultural grocery store nearby, and it's a big part of its multiple cultures is Italian. And if you look in the freezer section, they have the most amazing looking selection of ice creams. And it drives me nuts because I know I can't eat it, but oh, they look amazing. You get tubs. There's two main kinds. There's also a bunch of like frozen like desserts of like thing that you take out and you eat, but like you also have tubs of ice cream. And there's two main sort of brands or type. You get a big tub that has 3 different flavors, but not that stupid like strawberry, vanilla, chocolate nonsense. You get stuff like mascarpone and coffee cream and chocolate and like they all look like nougat. Oh, they all look amazing. And the second one, the second big tub, has 4 flavors that really look like those ribbons of ice cream, like gelato style. And the flavors are just even more amazing. And it drives me nuts because I can't have any of it. So I keep telling Mr. E that he's gonna eat ice cream this summer. And I'm gonna live vicariously through him. They don't do anything like them here that I found. Oh, that's surprising. Isn't a Klondike bar basically just ice cream covered in chocolate? But yeah, oh my god, the ice creams, they have all sorts of flavors that look like decadent, like amazing. It's not your like freaking BS that you get from any kind of ice cream company. These look super legit. Them dairy being evil. Lactose is not my issue. There is a sufficient lactose-free products now that I don't feel like lactose would really be a problem. That's it, basic white ice cream dipped in chocolate shell. Okay, that's what I thought. I've seen these around, but I've never really had them because, I mean, I'm surprised that they don't make something similar. But eating one in Texas without... You gotta eat it really fast. And in the shade, possibly. I think I saw an ad recently for vegan, the drumstick cones. You know, the ice cream cones, the drumsticks? Oh, I think I saw an ad for vegan ones recently. And I'm like, what? Bring it, bring it. And they probably wouldn't taste as good as I remember, but so many good memories. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? Sometimes the memories are better than the taste of the thing. I have really fond memories of fudgesicles. Because the way fudgesicles kind of melt and thaw, they get kind of fudgy, you know. And when you first get them, they have this sort of layer of, very thin layer of ice on them. And depending on how you eat them, you can sometimes like peel off the ice and get that, and then you get to the more fudgy part of it. Ice cream. I missed soft serve. Soft serve is amazing. Or at least was amazing. And you could get it dipped in chocolate, which, you know, also amazing. With the nasty communion wafer type of cone. These are so bad. They're only good because you can push, like I would push the soft serve until it reached the bottom, like this section here of the cone. When you get to it, it has like these this grid pattern. And if you manage to squeeze your soft serve all the way down there, it makes it a lot more edible. But yeah. What else? What are the food I can doodle to make us all hungry? Or like Mr. Freeze's. That would cut your mouth on the sides of the wrapper. I thought I was lactose intolerant before I moved here. Not sure if the States do something extra that makes it more difficult. Are you having like no issues whatsoever with dairy in the UK? We had some new type of soft serve this summer. It was so creamy and nice and lactose free. Oh man. But being mostly fine all over the EU. Huh. Well, I mean, when I went to Switzerland back then, I was already like 10 years ago not eating dairy. And at some point we got hummus. But it's not as common there as it is here, or was anyway. So the hummus we got, we didn't notice, but it was fresh cheese, like a bit like cream cheese mixed with hummus, and we didn't notice. And I ate some of it, and I didn't encounter any issue. So I'm wondering if there's really something extra, like if the intolerance is a result of consuming the products from here for a long period of time, but then when you switch country or continent, it's not exactly the same kind of, the animals don't eat the same thing, they're not treated the same way, the process is not the same, all that. So I wonder if that's what, like, we're not used to that, so we didn't develop any kind of allergy or intolerance to it, is my wild theory. But if I eat more than a little cheese, any ice cream and milkshakes are one of my favorite food types. And it was take time off work. No! Is it still like that, or you're fine now? That's so weird. I have lactose intolerance, and I did have not any problem with dairy, even if it was not marked as lactose free when I was in Dublin. Huh. That's really, really interesting. Nature's way of telling us we need to travel more. So this is a local delicacy that I doubt anyone will be able to recognize. But it's what we call here a beaver tail. And it's basically a big flat donut with some sort of topping on it. The most common toppings are stuff like sugar and cinnamon. I think you can get lemon and sugar, but also Nutella. I'm mostly fine. We have date nights that is cheese board and no problem. Wow. But in Finland I have to get lactose free or I will be doomed. That's so weird. Occasionally ice cream will still get me, but it's nothing I get home. I really wonder what happens, why it's like that. And I mean, it's not even a thing of saying like, oh, well, you're aware of it, so it's psychosomatic. Like, I'm pretty sure sometimes you, like, for me, the example with the hummus, like, we didn't notice it had cheese in it, and I ate some thinking it was just, like, chickpeas. And only after eating it for a couple of times did we notice it had cheese in it, and I didn't have any problem with it, so... Oh, that's so weird. That's the thing, though. When you travel, if you like take the jump and go like, okay, I'm gonna try some thing that I shouldn't eat when I'm at home. I'm gonna try it on vacation, see if it's the same result. You kind of need to have a couple of days planned that you don't have anything to do and you can stay in your like hotel or Airbnb or whatever. Because if you have something planned right after that test, you might regret your choices. I've heard the same thing with people with gluten issues not having a problem in Italy. Different wheat. Yeah. That would be the same kind of energy. I mean, that's fascinating stuff in my opinion. I wish I knew more about it. It's the quiet auto room days to paint some photos you've taken. Or yeah, or that the further away from your room you go is to the cafe down below in the lobby or something. And the moment you start feeling a bit like unwell, you go back up. I've wondered if American cheeses get me because of the dyes, but can't imagine that milk is dye. But I mean, you've probably had milk that was just white, you know. Like if you get orange American cheese, I might wonder why it's orange. But yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. Gotta keep moving under the camera. My son used to be a gluten-free, soy-free, and casein-free, but after a decade of special eating, he was able to... Oh, that's awesome! I don't want to look like I'm frozen up, but... But yeah, that's the thing. And also, like, regarding traveling, I think my favorite way of travel based on very limited experience is to... It's not as much as to go be a tourist somewhere, it's to go live somewhere different. Like, you don't necessarily have a big schedule and plan on visiting a dozen locations and whatnot. Would be more like, okay, I'm renting this space for a bit and I'm just gonna, walk around, go check out a couple of things that are nearby, and like, for example, I like going into the grocery stores when I'm not here, because it's just so, I feel like it's so informative and it's so interesting to see how different everyday life is, if that makes sense. But yeah, I haven't traveled in a while, so. But even when we would go to the US when I was a kid, we would go to Maine. We would visit Maine, and the grocery stores we would always go to were the Shaws. And just going to Shaw's was always, interesting, because you kind of look at everything and like, oh, we don't have that, we don't have this, what's that? Oh, what's this? Oh, this flavor of something we don't have at home. And I don't know, it's just, I find it fascinating. Who's hungry now? We may or may not have a list of things to buy in various countries from the grocery store. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, Shiro is emerging from her box. Oh, that looks difficult. Oh, big stretch. Big twitch. That was a good nap. I think she really napped in there. We are creatures of habit, and when we find good things, we want to stock up. Yep. Same thing. I mean, when we were going to Shaw's in Maine, my parents would always bring back a stash of Land O'Lake butter and Shaw's relish. Like, I have memories of that. Shaw's relish and the Land O'Lake butter. Apparently those were things you need to stock up on. So Shiro had a good nap. Now she's out of the box and taking a bath. Alright, so I am gonna end the stream here, I think. I'm afraid of getting the kink in my neck back from looking at the screen for chat. So I'm gonna take a break, do some stretches, check out laundry and all of that. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for being here today. I really appreciate it. I'll keep you posted on next weekend regarding the stream. And until then, I hope you have a good week. great weather, good foods, and to go give a few pets to your pets or to any cat you see outside. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.